How's everybody doing?
Hey, good. How you doing?
Solid.
Step up if you need to.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Ethan, what does this week mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, being a kid from Southern California, growing up, watching this game, watching the history of it, it means a lot. You know, I have a lot of friends back home who their parents went to the other school and a bunch of rah-rah and stuff about that, but I'm just excited to play.
Speaking of that rah-rah, USC had a lot of that entering the season. Now you guys are one game apart.
Yeah.
Do you carry that a little personally as a player here and, you know, coming into this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, every time we play that team across town, it's personal for everyone on the team. You know, it's a huge week for us, and we're just excited to go out there and play.
How do you keep the emotions under control?
We just treat it like any other week, honestly. You know, this is we've had a long season so far, and we're just treating it like we would any other week.
Is there anything from last season's game that you could carry into this one that can help?
Yeah, just the confidence and just the experience, you know, from already playing in one of these games, and knowing what it takes to get a W. You know, definitely that helps.
Is there anything in pregame that can be done to kind of calm over any jitters that any players might have?
I'm not really sure, but you know, having jitters before the game is normal. I think it's not normal if you don't have any jitters. You know, you should, especially for a game like this, you should feel a little nervous before. That's a good thing for sure.
What was the feeling like at last victory you had over them? Like that I mean,
yeah, it was great, honestly. You know, that was my first time playing in the Coliseum, which was awesome. I grew up going to games there. You know, a lot of history there. I'm excited to get the first one in the Rose Bowl, but yeah, I mean, just from last year, it was just surreal experience. Can't really describe it.
Coach said that Skip Hicks and Anthony Barr come and talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Was there anything they said that was interesting?
Yeah, Skip had a great talk for us today. You know, he was kind of relaying their story of how he said they started their year 0-2, and then they played. They finished the year. He said they should have won 2 national championships that year, which is awesome. He was just giving us insight and just words into what his experience was like and trying to relate it to us.
It's about a guy on the other side of the ball, Devin Kirkland, and sort of what's his personality meant to this team in the last few years.
Oh, he's been great. You know, his locker's right across from mine. I've known him for ever since he was a little freshman. He's all grown up now, but yeah, he's great. You know, he got an amazing interception last week. You know, he's continuing to play well. He's played well in practice the whole year. He's just awesome.
This game obviously is big for the reasons that have already been stated, but for this season alone, it's also big. I mean, you guys won 3 out of 4. You're hoping to end this season on a high note. How important is that, rivalry aside, just to come out and get the W this week? Yeah, you know, at kind of the halfway point of the year, we really wanted to make it a goal to be bowl eligible, and I mean, this is just one more bump in the road. You know, we got to get over this. We got to get this W, and then we got to focus on Fresno State, you know, next week. But our goal is still to get bowl eligible, and that's our number one priority. What about your offensive line? I mean, gone through changes a lot this season, but they've stepped up to the plate when you've needed them most. Yeah. Can you just speak about those guys up front and how they doesn't matter who's playing, it's next man up? Yeah, you know, those guys are very adverse. You know, they're put in a lot of different situations. You know, with all the moving around and everything, but you know, just Coach Castillo does a great job with those guys. You know, getting them in, meeting with them, making sure they know the scheme, and we just got to keep working.
How challenging is it on your timing and your internal clock when there are a bunch of changes on the offensive line?
I try not to worry about it too much, you know, because I got a lot of other stuff to worry about on my plate. But you know, I'm just right now. I mean, as a quarterback, you just gotta have trust that will take care of itself. There's some stuff that I can do to help, you know, with the protections, changing it, but you just gotta have trust so you keep your eyes downfield.
Is there a past UCLA quarterback performance in the rivalry game that's inspired you?
I'm not too familiar with any past quarterbacks' performances, any big ones like that. I haven't really brushed up on the history of
Mr. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times. He's done a great job. You know, I still talk to him every now and then. You know, get some insight, but he's great.
You have an interesting perspective as the quarterback, just because, you know, last year you were going up against Stanton's defenses in practice. Now he's on the other side. They've got a couple guys that played at UCLA on the other side on that defense also. I guess what's the challenge going up against a scheme that's pretty similar as far as what Ikaika's done?
Yeah, Coach Lynn over there has done a great job. You did a great job when he was here. I remember, tendencies and all that. I'm sure he's going to change some stuff up and have a few nuances like every defense does every week. But, principles are still the same. The pressure looks are kind of similar. But, he's going to change it up and going to throw some stuff we've never seen at us. But we're just excited and ready for the opportunity.
Did you stay friends with John and Kamari when they
Yeah, for sure. I saw Kamari at the Big Ten Media Day, so that was good to see him there. Haven't really kept too much contact with them during the season, but yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.